Welcome!
Hello there, everybody.
To yet another episode of Doctor Who Time and Space, and it's episode 148.
So 148. We've had an amazingly stressful day today, haven't we? Because we've had. Oh, we're always complaining about having technical problems. I think it's because the laptop that we use for most of the time for
AKA this laptop,
as in this one, is on its last legs, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's had. To be fair, it's been brought back to life more times than Roy Williams, and I don't think it's going to come back much more. I think
because it's withstood, but basically every episode of this very podcast.
Yeah.
Apart from a couple.
I think this laptop is unfortunately reaching its Angels Take Manhattan moment. So I don't think it's got much longer in it. But hopefully it will at least see us through this episode. But if we disappear mysteriously, it probably hasn't.
It's on its Wedding of River song.
It is. I think you're right. Yeah. So anyway, hello everybody. I was just noticed actually. So before we get into the main business, listening to the theme tune again. When it gets to the bit, I don't know how well people can hear it when they listen to the theme, but it gets to the bit where it goes, Doctor Who, Time and Space. Yeah. But it's just making me chuckle a little bit this time around because it's you that does that voice, isn't it? And then we actually messed about with the effect on it. But it does sound like me.
It sounds exactly like you.
So it made me think that when you get a bit older, you will probably sound exactly like me. And when we're doing this podcast, no one will know which one of us is talking.
Like Batman March.
It will be a bit like that, won't it? The only way people will be able to tell is that they'll think there's this one person talking to himself, and about half the time he speaks sense, and the other half the time he doesn't know what he's on about. Anyway, what do we have on the show this week?
Well, no. First of all, I'm Lewis Moon.
Oh, and I'm D Cool, by the way.
And we've got a discussion looking at the most overrated Doctor Who episodes ever.
We've also got a review of Earthshock.
Ooh. We've got another round of quiz or question.
We'll be pressing the magic randomizer button.
And there's more news after our discussion about what have we been doing this week.
Okay.
Our little always discussion bit.
We do, yeah.
We do.
I like this bit. It's quite nice. It makes you feel like we're one with the audience when we start just generally chatting about stuff.
Yeah. It's not like we're controlled.
No.
And sometimes it might feel like that for the audience.
Yeah. So, did you want to start this time for change? What you can do?
What have I been doing? I've started watching The Aztecs.
Oh yeah, is it good?
Yeah,
I know you probably no doubt do a review at some point about that.
I will do a review of it. And it's. I didn't think it was going to be as good as people said it was, but it was actually surprisingly good. Better than most historicals, apart from War Games, if you count that.
So you're not normally a big lover of historical
I'm not normally a big lover of historical ones, but actually it's all right.
Yeah. I guess if you think that when Doctor Who first came out, the whole I'm only picking, so it's not that I'm that clever and know everything. It's just I remember from the programme, the film that came out at the 50th anniversary, the one about William Hartnell, that they made that point that the guy that created it wanted adventures to teach people things, isn't it? So give them a little bit of history at the same time. So I guess you had quite a few historical ones.
Sydney Newman.
Yes, they had quite a few historical ones back in the old days, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So aside from the Aztecs, what else have you been watching and doing that's Who related?
So we have. I watched Face the Raven again last night.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What was it like? Because obviously the first time you watched it,
bit cheapened.
Yeah, that was my.
Because all the way through, I knew that Clara doesn't die properly at the end, and I thought it would have been really effective if she didn't not die.
She did die, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does cheapen it a little bit, and it's a shame because it's a good story.
It is, yeah.
As a result of that whole Heaven Sent How Bent thing, it's probably going to be lower in my overall rating than it would be otherwise.
Yeah. So I think that's it, Doctor Who related. Anything other than I'll randomise the story Earthshock that you've been doing this week, Doctor Who related.
The Doctor Who related. As you know, most of my Doctor activity tends to be with you, doesn't it? So predominantly Earthshock related. And what I did do, I guess, is that I've got our tickets. Got our tickets for the Bournemouth Film and Comic Con.
It's only 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks away, and then we'll be doing hopefully a special edition of this podcast, I'd imagine.
Maybe.
And well, almost certainly a Behind the Sofa.
Yeah.
Where we'll be talking about what we get up to when we're there. But we've got a few things planned, haven't we? We've got that. We've got Greedy Goblin in a few weeks'
We have,
time.
yeah.
And then we're going to take a trek to London at some point. I'll take you to a few of the Who places.
We'll let you know about. Maybe we should do a feature sometime about sightseeing in Doctor Who.
Well, actually, that's a good idea. Actually, we could actually make a special Behind the Sofa, and then a now type one.
Yeah.
What do you reckon to that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Where we actually do some filming, you could talk a little bit about the episodes and things in various locations.
And also do it as a podcast feature, talk about where we've been and stuff.
Sounds good.
So that would be a couple of weeks' time.
So aside from that, I mean, non-Who related things, I haven't got any further with my Blake 7, I don't think, since then. Oh, no, I think I watched one more episode. Actually, I did. I watched a really good episode. Really good one.
Did you?
But I'm still in series 1 of that at the moment. I've started watching Game of Thrones season 3 again.
Have you?
It's a good one.
Walking Dead?
That's fun. Yeah, I've been carrying on watching The Walking Dead and carrying on watching Vinyl. So lots of telly. And I'm not a big telly watcher, but I've been watching a lot of. I think the quality of programming these days is just so much better.
Definitely on the Sky channels.
Yeah, I think it is. And as a result of that, I tend to watch sort of programs now more than films. But I've still got a whole stack of films to watch. I mean, when Bowie died a few weeks ago, I dug out a load of the Bowie movies again. Which ones did I dig out? Let's see, The Hunger, The Man Who Fell to Earth, and Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. And I've watched The Hunger again, but I haven't got around to watching the other two again yet. But we'll do. We'll get there.
Yes. Cool.
So that's probably enough of me.
I think that's probably enough of me as well.
Actually, the other thing I will
the podcast.
The other thing I will just comment on before we go on to the news is, aside from all the technical problems we've got today, we're also working in a really confined space because earlier on we were starting to film the final episode for the figure adventures called
Death.
Called Death, and it involves using probably about 10% of your overall figure collection. Well, loads and loads of figures anyway. So the whole workspace that we normally use for the microphone and the tablets and us is completely overtaken with monsters and figures. So if you hear lots of things collapsing, it's probably
hopefully not my tablet.
Hopefully not. So sorry, I'll shut up for real this time and let you get on with the news.
Okay, so news time. So let's start with a couple of 2 weeks ago. We announced that Doctor Who would be leaving Netflix in America and England.
Alas, yes.
The other day, it was announced that Doctor Who is set to return to the US on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
US Doctor Who fans were devastated when the Time Lord disappeared from Netflix earlier this year, but now it looks as if Amazon Prime could be bringing the Gallifreyan back to America. A new teaser trailer for what's to come up on the streaming service appears to reveal that Doctor Who Series 1 to 8 will be available in the USA from March. The video was apparently attached to a tweet from Amazon Video promoting its March lineup, although the post no longer exists. One question that remains is what this means for UK viewers. As RadioTimes.com, because I'm reading this from RadioTimes.com, previously reported, Netflix UK's deal to host the show is due to expire in May, and spoke to them at the end of February has yet to be renegotiated. We will announce all details in due course, a representative for BBC Worldwide told Radio Times.
Interesting. See, I think the goes back to what we were talking about earlier on about the quality of television on the Sky channels, on Netflix and Amazon Prime as well. The problem is, you can't afford to have them all That's a problem, and it's like which of these things do you have? I mean, at the moment, I have Netflix all the time. I've got Now TV temporarily, which
I've got that as well.
Sky one.
I've got that.
But then they put things on Amazon Prime occasionally, and you think, I can't afford all of them. And also, you know, you wouldn't get value for money for it because you can't watch all of this stuff. But yeah, it is annoying. But having said that, it's annoying, but it's also great that you've got so much choice now. I mean, when I was a young lad, you only had 3 channels on TV, and the sort of programming you used to like used to be on once a week, and if you didn't see it there and then, you were stuffed.
Sad.
Which is why so many people can't remember a lot of the early Doctor Who episodes, really, isn't it? Because firstly, a lot of them are deleted anyway, but then also because they were shown once and probably never again.
Probably not until now.
If they're not missing. If they're not missing.
Yeah. More streaming news now. Crave TV announced to stream Doctor Who in Canada. So Bell Media and BBC Worldwide North America have announced a new licensing agreement for Doctor Who in Canada, which will see streaming service Crave TV become the exclusive streaming service for the show in the country. The agreement will see Series 9 made available this summer, with the previous 8 moving to the platform by the end of the year. Series 10 onwards will be made available after their full season broadcasts on Space. The series has been the most watched entertainment specialty programme on Space in their key A25 to 54 demos.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm assuming it's ages, is it? Yeah. Is it saying age 25 to 54?
I guess.
Yeah, so. I think that's what it is. It's age 25 to 54, 18 to 49, 18 to 34 demographics. I think is what it's talking about. With
season 9 achieving an average of 697,000 viewers in its Saturdays at 9 p.m. ET time slot, becoming the most watched season in series history on Space among the key A25 to 54 and A18 to 49 demos. The most recent episode to be shown, Christmas's Husbands of River Song, was the most watched Christmas special in the channel's history, the reverse of the in England, with 856,000 viewers, with its A25 to 54 and A18 to 49 demos, making it the most watched programme on Christmas Day on Canadian television. Season 1 to 8 Doctor Who are currently available to stream via Netflix in Canada until their current license agreement to show the series ends. The streaming service has already ceased showing the series in the United States and is expected to end in the United Kingdom at the end of April.
Yes. So there we have it. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
There's a lot of streaming news recently.
There is, but the thing is, it's what it's all about now, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned about how the Christmas special had its lowest viewing figures for a Christmas special, but a lot of that is just because terrestrial television is still popular, but it's now in competition with all these streaming services.
I think it was quite high in the listings for on iPlayer though.
And it was also one of the highest watched programs on TV, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was lower than EastEnders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's quite high.
But I think that's what it shows. It's just that people are watching things different. I mean, I pretty much only watch things on streamed television now.
I mean, the Doctor Who Christmas special is something. To be honest, I didn't even watch it on the on the day of the.
No, that's fine because you had family stuff going on, didn't you?
Yes.
And actually, so did I. I didn't get to watch it until later that evening, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I watched it the following morning.
I was still watching it on iPlayer, and actually, aside from the handful of ones that me and you watched live, aside from those, I watched the majority of the last few seasons on streaming service. So in the old days, I would have missed most of Doctor Who because I've got other commitments on Saturday nights quite often with the band and things. I mean, I'm not here all the time.
I mean, I watched Doctor Who live every day, every time, apart from Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it has to be something really important for you,
yeah,
to miss it.
Very important. There's not much more important than Doctor Who.
So yeah, that's an interesting thing. What is quite interesting as well is that whilst the figures in this country are reducing, the figures in America and Canada are on a significant increase. Are you going to get to the stage that one day it's more popular abroad than it is here?
Maybe.
I can't see it.
I can't see it though, but
Yeah.
it can become more popular. I mean, they've already got Gallifrey 1 over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't make it any more popular.
But it's nice to see it blossoming over there.
It is nice, yeah.
But it's nice to see it doing well over here too. Okay, sorry.
It's all right.
Taking things off on a few tangents today. There's a lot of stories that have got tangent qualities about them.
There are, yeah. So sad news now. John Rollason has died at the age of 84. John Rollason is best known in Doctor Who for playing Harold Chorley, the television journalist who covered the attacks on the London Underground in the 1968 story The Web of Fear. The recovery of the story in 2013 gave a new generation of fans the chance to appreciate his contribution to the story.
Oh, it was a good story, that one. I like that, and I liked his role in it as well. You never really trusted him, did you?
No, I couldn't really remember him until I saw his picture.
No, I wouldn't from the name.
I wouldn't know.
I do remember the character quite well. That's another one which we were talking about episodes to come up in the randomizer. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? That
would be quite a good one. We have it on iTunes, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
We last watched that in 2013, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I was thinking of Enemy of the World, but we've already watched that on the randomizer.
Yes, it has. So, was he in any others or not?
I don't think so. Yeah. John Rollason was born in Birmingham, where he began his acting career working in the Birmingham Rep. In 1955, he got his first role on television, appearing in The Children of the New Forest. In 1962, he played Dr. Martin King in 3 episodes of The Avengers. He had recurring roles in Swizzlewick, Z-Cars, and Softly Softly, before joining Coronation Street in 1966 as Dave Robbins, a teaching colleague of Ken Barlow.
He's got a sort of a Coronation Street look about him, doesn't he? I don't know why.
He wrote 2 episodes of Crossroads, and in 1969 created a 2-part series, Special Project Air, for the BBC, starring Peter Barkworth, produced by Doctor Who's Peter Bryant and with music by Dudley Simpson. John Rollason died in hospital on the morning of February 20th and is surviving by his second wife Janet and 3 children.
Oh, that's a sad story.
Sad story.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have any more news this week?
I think we do. Big Finish, 4th Doctor's Adventures finale.
Forever?
No.
Ah. Okay.
Still got series after that.
Right, okay.
This is the penultimate series.
So I'm butting in a bit here, aren't I? Sorry, carry on.
Big Finish have announced details on the finale to the current series of the 4th Doctor Adventures, which stars Tom Baker, Lalla Ward, and John Leeson. Returning to the series is the character of Cuthbert, as played by David Warner, and his faithful assistant, Dr. Doric, played by Toby Haddock, who were last seen in the Series 2 finale, The Final Phase. Also from the series, from that series, are the race of aliens known as the Lan, played by James Slavin, who also hailed from the Series 2 episodes, Sands of Time and War Against the Lan. Also appearing for the television series itself is somebody the Doctor and Romana have been trying to avoid for some time, the Black Guardian, with the embodiment of darkness taken on here by David Troughton.
So is that David Troughton? Is that a Patrick Troughton relative?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
What was I going to look at?
So you're flashing up on the screen that we can see in the Folks at Home camp, the covers for these.
Yeah, you can see them in the show notes.
Okay. Interesting stuff. it's you know, the problem is with all the Big Finish stuff. It's not a problem at all. It's purely the fact that we don't have enough money to be able to buy them, as well as everything else. But it'd be really nice to hear some of them, wouldn't it? I really love the idea of Big Finish. I love the idea. I love audio adventures. The things that I love listening to audio books and audio plays and everything.
They're great, and Big Finish are very highly praised for most of their Doctor Who audios.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to perhaps eventually we get around to them.
Hopefully.
When we get to the wilderness years, maybe there come a point where the randomizer will have all of the Big Finish productions added into it as well. And,
imagine just something I thought about. Doctor in Distress. Should we chat a bit about it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So Doctor in Distress. Do you want to explain what it is?
Okay. So, last week we were watching Batman March, and we just thought, let's. Then they were watching Doctor in Distress, which was a 1985 charity single, which starred Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, Nicholas Courtney, and Anthony Ainley. Dad, D. Cool didn't think it was an actual thing, so we watched it and we found out how terrible it was.
It was. I'd actually, because I've seen on numerous internet things, YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Who fans?
Yeah, a number of people talking about Doctor in Distress, and I just thought it was a jokey thing. I hadn't realised it was real, and it obviously happened in my lifetime, but I just don't remember it at all. And I hadn't actually realised. I'll own up to this because and when I say you listeners will think, what right have you got to be on a Doctor Who podcast? You know nothing. But I hadn't actually realised that they'd tried to stop Doctor Who.
You shouldn't be on Doctor Who podcast.
I obviously knew about when it happened during the Sylvester McCoy reign, but I hadn't realised that they'd put a stop to it during Colin Baker's era. Didn't know that at all. No, I just thought they'd had like a gap year or whatever. But how long was it off the air for? Was it a whole year?
It was. I think it was about 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's amazing that on the back of Doctor in Distress they brought it back at all, because that was one of them. It made me want to actually peel off my ears.
I know.
It was horrible. But
terrible.
There we have it.
Terrible.
But it was entertaining to listen to in a weird, I want to tear off my ears type way. So do we have other news today?
No, I don't think so.
Wow, I heard news already.
I did hear rumours from a video that the Doctor Who companion may have been cast, but we don't know who it is. So we could be getting that news quite soon.
Well, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay,
so
we'll listen out
keep
to it.
listening, guys, for our opinions on that when it happens, which will probably be in a couple of weeks' time.
Do you think when Peter Capaldi's reign finishes, do you think they'll do a big sort of program like they did last time, introducing who the new Doctor was? You know, where there's like the big shock horror, nobody knew who it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
Who's going to be? Hour-long program. Doctor in Distress. You know, it's all that sort of thing. Wasn't there? Big build-up. It was like, and the Doctor is. Come back after the break. It was that sort of thing, wasn't it? You know?
So even though it's on BBC.
Even though it's on BBC, they actually invented a break just for it. But it was very OTT, wasn't it? I'd be interested to see if they do that again this time.
The next, what was it called? Doctor Who, the next Doctor Live or something.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? So, does that bring us on to our first main item?
Yes. So, apart from the news, it is overrated Doctor Who episodes.
Okay, so last week we were talking about those episodes that were underrated.
Yeah.
This week we're going to talk about those episodes that are overrated from both old Who, classic Who, and new Who.
Yes, and there were quite a few of these, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. And by overrated, it doesn't mean that we don't like them. it just means that they come up higher in the polls, I guess, than we would see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to? How are we going to do it? We're going to run like last time, or we're going to each Doctor.
Yes. First Doctor.
Okay.
I think through.
Difficult for me to comment on this one because I don't know them that well. Or at all.
The thing is, it's not one I've seen. It's not one that's even still here. Marco Polo. It may be a good episode, but I don't see how it can be as high as like 80th when nobody's seen it.
Yeah. Does any of it? I mean, do the audio still exist for it? Or the?
I don't know.
No, because I mean, sometimes I guess people could actually get a feel for what it's like from the audio if it's still there, isn't it? Or if the scripts are still available or whatever. But I agree with you. It's difficult because you can't imagine a huge number of people.
Bartholomew's Eve as well.
Yeah, you can't imagine a huge number of people rushing out to listen to just the sound or anything, can you? But yeah, okay. Patrick Troughton's era. I don't think any of the ones I've seen have been overrated because I just think actually the Patrick Troughton's era of what I've seen is one of the strongest eras in terms of consistency, in terms of great episodes. And maybe some of the less good ones, but some aren't available. I don't know, but all the ones that we've sat and watched, I've really liked.
It is a great period.
Yeah. Okay. So anything there that you think's overrated?
I don't think so.
No. What about? Let's move on to John Pertwee.
So, let me think through.
Do you think? Trying to think through them all myself. See the Sea Devils is really good. It's like we said, I think at the time.
I was just saying.
I know you're thinking through it, but that's one where initially jumped out to me. So is that a bit overrated?
Peladon.
Yeah.
Planets of Spiders.
I can't think of anything. God, this is a good item, isn't it? None of them. But I think it's when we get to some of the more modern ones, probably.
Yeah. Fourth Doctor. There probably are some here.
Yeah.
What are they?
Probably are. What about if you take something like the first Sontaran one? The first Sontaran one with Tom Baker.
Sontaran
Experiment.
I suppose so, yeah. I think it is quite high.
Yeah. But I do really like that one.
I like it as well, but I think it's a bit too high.
Yeah.
If I thought about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of any. I really like the ones that I've seen. I struggle really putting down any of the Tom Baker ones.
This is a really good feature.
Yeah.
What about the later Tom Baker years?
Well, see, that's probably with you to comment on more than me because I've not none of them have really come up in the randomizer. Yeah, so well, not many of them.
No. Okay, Peter Davidson. Let's talk about Peter Davidson.
Okay, I'll tell you what, right? I will say.
I know what
you know what I'm going to say. Okay, and then we'll come on to it in a bit more detail a bit later because tonight an item on the show. But whilst I enjoyed Earthshock, I did. I'm not sure it's as good as it's cracked up to be all the way through. Yeah. Do you not agree?
Traitor to Doctor Who fandom.
Yeah, I mean it is good. I don't want to say too much about it because we're going to talk about it in a bit more detail a bit later.
Treacherous.
Do you think ones like Cave Vanjani's overrated?
I do a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean it's up there as a lot of people's favourite classic era.
I love Case of Antizani, but no. It's
certainly not as good as say Inferno, is it?
No.
We've watched.
It isn't.
Or Talons of Wang Chiang, or almost certainly Genesis of the Daleks.
That's the best.
Yeah. What about other Peter Davidson ones?
Let me think through.
It's an odd era, I think. I think the Peter Davison area. It felt like there was a real cultural shift.
There's a bit. It's sort of middle ground sort of area. There's lots which will probably be around the same area in the roundabout.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. And I think actually, I mean, if you take the two that we've watched in recent weeks, the Dalek one and the Sidemen one, they both had a lot of similarities in them. Actually, they had a lot of death counts.
The Doctor's killed someone.
Yeah, that's right.
Or something.
And also, not a great deal really happens in them.
And you'll probably have to read from the description.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. What about if we move on to Colin Baker then? Anything that's overrated there? I mean, actually
where is the DVD?
It's here.
Oh.
The Colin Baker one is probably even more underrated, really, aren't they?
Yeah. Let me think. Is Vengeance from Varos on the
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a very underrated era, I think. Because the first one that gets into the charts is Vengeance on Varos, and that's like 80.
Yeah. I think it's one of those. I think it's just everything in the background of it is just deteriorating, isn't it? The feel of the program's deteriorating rather than the Doctor, like we said the other day.
Okay, I know one for Sylvester McCoy.
Yeah, I know of Sylvester McCoy.
in the Galaxy.
What's that come out as in the Doctor Who magazine polls roughly?
108.
Yeah, whereas it should be 1,008, shouldn't it?
Yeah, and that's not even possible.
It's not possible.
Not that many episodes even.
Okay, and in a Harry Hill type world where two things fight each other, what would win in a fight between The Greatest Show and Dear Hannah? What would win as the worst episode? Which is worse? And Greatest Show in the Galaxy is an odd one, isn't it? Because we watched the trailers for it, didn't we? Yeah, it wasn't an actual trailer, I don't think. It might be. It was a BBC trailer, wasn't it?
That's why, though. Because they tried to make it good, so you buy the DVD and then you find out it's terrible.
It is very bad, isn't it? Yeah, it's very bad. Do you think there's anything else in his era? What about the Dalek one? Because
yes.
Because that's. I'm not saying it's not good. I can't remember the whole.
It's good, but it's 10th in the list.
Yeah.
And it doesn't deserve to be that high.
No.
Come on.
No, I agree with that. I'm not sure. Have I seen that one all the way through or not? I can't remember.
I think you've seen the first 3 parts.
I think so. I can't remember an ending for it anyway. I think definitely that one falls into an overrated.
Yeah, both of those two.
Yeah.
We'd skip Paul McGann because. Ninth Doctor, I know one which you would say.
I'll say what the one that I think, and then see if you agree with me, or whether it's the one that you thought. I think the last one, Bad Wolf.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dalek.
Oh, Dalek, yeah, I forgot about that one. Dalek, most definitely. I think that's. I do like it. I know it always seems difficult for me to justify liking it because it's so low down in my polls, but I don't know what it is about it. There's bits I really like about it. But I don't know, it's right near the bottom, isn't it, on mine?
It is very near. If you watch Behind the Sofa or hear us mention it ever, you'll know that it's very low. It's like, let me look up the list quickly.
Well, it makes me look like a right.
So, Mike,
doesn't it? Because.
So, Dalek.
I can see it on mine.
Oh wait, no.
So on Behind the Sofa, we've watched.
53.
In terms of, not on the randomizer. It's not saying we've only watched 53.2 episodes because Lee's probably watched most of them. Since we've been doing the randomizer, we've watched 53. And Dalek for me is 48.
That's below Army of Ghosts Doomsday and above Mark of the Rani. Fear Her's at the bottom so far.
And
Genesis is at the top.
It's below episodes that other people often knock/mock like Night Terrors. I can't help it. I don't.
How can you prefer Night Terrors than Dalek? Do I prefer Night?
I don't know. And maybe I'm just wrong on it. There's just something about Dalek that I don't like, and I can't put my finger
Yay,
on
Night Terrors is below Dalek.
I can't put my finger on it. But where does it come in the overall rankings of Dawn? Can you
15th.
15th. So
I don't know how I remember all of this.
no, I don't
It's just
know.
the ones we always talk about.
Yeah, it's definitely you're right on that one. But I also think the finale from that series, I think is overrated as well. People sort of talk about that as being one of the best, if not the best, finale of New Who. And I think what it is with me, although it's quite entertaining in a way, but the whole sequence in the first part where all the quiz shows and things like that on, just immediately is really dated through time because those programs change.
Yeah.
And it loses its relevance a little bit. I don't really like things that link to modern day to such an extent that people watching it later can no longer associate it with it. And
that is annoying.
I think that episode will date more and more and more as years go on.
Yeah.
Just on the basis of that.
But it's a good episode anyway, but that is distracting and annoying. So 10th Doctor.
So that was good. That was a good little bit to add in there. 10th Doctor. I think the 10th Doctor's overrated.
Yeah.
But anybody listening to the show knows my feelings on that. And it's nothing against. I always say this because I feel guilty when I say it. But it's nothing against David Tennant by any means. He was brilliant the other day in Jessica Jones. He was fantastic in that. And I don't know. I just don't like that. It just doesn't work for me personally.
Overrated ones.
Overrated episodes of David Tennant. Thinking through them all. Certainly nothing in the first series, I don't think. This is where I really struggle with it because it's a number of the episodes I really, really do love. Like Blink, like Family of Blood, like Midnight. They're really, really great episodes. I'm sure there must be some.
Okay, should we skip to that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, 11th Doctor. I'm going to say 11th hour, first one.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree. Yeah, because it's good, but it's often seen as being the best first Doctor story, isn't it?
And that isn't true.
And it's not
even of New Who, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, I prefer Deep Breath, I think.
Yeah, I do as well. I think what it is, I mean, everybody loves that speech at the end of the 11th hour, and I don't like it. I find that speech a little bit cringy.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is about it. I do find. I think it's the whole idea of this race being that scared of this one person. I think you could get the greatest warrior of all time, and if an entire army faced him and said, "Fear me, just me on my own," they'd just blow him up, wouldn't they? They'd be that scared of him. Unless you're talking about Rambo in Rambo 3. So I can remember Rambo took on the whole of the Russian army. It's just rubbish.
So, any others from the 11th?
I'm sure that actually there probably are some from the 11th, actually. Are there? I don't know. I'm not sure there are, actually.
Last week, we did say Cold War, did we, in underrated?
The Cold War is underrated, you're right, actually. Yeah. But that was then. This is now. What about Peter Capaldi's era? Do you think any of his episodes are overrated? Well, okay, I know what you would think, because you know that I think Heaven Sent is one of the best.
Oh, no, I don't think it's overrated. I never said that.
No, it's just that everybody says it's the best one in the series.
I don't agree, but I don't agree that I don't agree that it. I agree. I don't agree that it's over.
Okay.
Rated.
I think actually a lot of Capaldi's work is underrated at the moment, and will really rise to prominence as time goes on.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Excellent. That's a good little chat.
Yeah, it was.
You know, we picked out a few things. Actually, not as much jumped out of that as I thought it was going to.
No.
I don't know whether it's just that our mind went blank. We didn't sort of write any notes down or anything, did we? We were just doing it on the hoof. But yeah. Okay, what's the most overrated episode? Dalek. Sorry.
No, I think Remembrance of the Daleks because it's the highest.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. Actually, I would agree with that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we move on to our discussion around Earthshock then?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want the DVD case?
So I was just fighting off all these thousands of figures.
Do you want to explain or to those people who didn't watch the Resurrection of the Daleks review about why you're reading the back?
You can if you want.
Do you want to?
Yeah, go on then.
Do you want to?
No. Do you want it?
No.
Okay. No, I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Okay. Earthshock, even under the threat of death, he has the arrogance of a Time Lord. I just thought it might get people confused. So, after defusing a bomb powerful enough to destroy Earth, the Doctor traces its detonation signal to a freighter in deep space. There he comes face to face with the inhuman monsters who are determined to wipe out humanity. When the Doctor becomes their prisoner, it seems all is lost. Just who will save Earth from the Cybermen? Dun, dun, dun. Now, interesting one this, wasn't it? I mean, you pointed out to me the other day that when this episode first broadcast, because it wasn't called Earthshock of the Cybermen or anything like that.
Or like the high death count by the Cybermen.
because it didn't have Cybermen in the title, people didn't necessarily know the Cybermen
They
would be in
didn't
it.
know, nobody knew.
Okay, until the Cybermen came into it. And that would have been brilliant. You just can't get away with doing that these days.
I mean,
everything's always ruined.
Dark Water would have been great.
Yeah.
Like that.
But we knew it was
That's
coming
an example. We did.
because of the trailers and the
And the
next
St.
time.
Paul's bit.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. In some respects, I'm going a little bit off topic here because we're here to talk about Earthshock. But as it's made me think of something. I'm going to ask you it now. Do you think it's better having next times or not having next times? Because next times will inevitably they'll be there. They'll get you into the mood for the next episode, but they will also inevitably ruin what's going to be the big monster.
I enjoy the next times.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I enjoy next times.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. It's one of the things that Game of Thrones is really brilliant at, is having really exciting teasers without giving away anything that's going to happen.
Yeah. How do they keep it quiet?
I've no idea. No idea. But they do it really, really well. But just in terms of the fact that they're next times as well, or their equivalent of the next times, that they always put on the Phonecast program afterwards, always show you some clips from the next episode, but they never give anything away at all. And it's really clever how they do it, because you think if that was the case, it would be like really boring clips, you think. But it still manages to make you want to watch the next story.
Cool.
So Earthshock, back to script.
So
What do you think of it? I've just been chatting aimlessly for ages.
Do you think this story's overrated? I don't necessarily. I agree with you that there's not really a proper story, and the first part's the best part. The conclusion is great as well. I think this is a really great story. And it's just epic. And I love the Cybermen in it, even though they don't come into it properly until part 3. Yeah.
It's a weird one though, isn't it? Because whilst the Cybermen are really cool in it, the best episode is by far and away the first one, when they're in the sort of mining tunnels.
Yeah.
And they find the sort of bomb and stuff like that.
And the androids as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Those cool underused androids.
Yeah. They really kick, don't they, the androids?
Yeah.
But I love the whole idea of... I love that scene underground. It's brilliant. I really like that. And then obviously pretty much end of episode 1, they get beamed up into they use the TARDIS to get into the sort of freighter. And to me, whilst that's still good, it never lives up to that first episode. It does have some real key moments.
The first part is the greatest part, I believe.
Some key moments though, and sort of spoiler warning, because we were going to mention a handful of very key moments. The final sequence, which eventually results. Well, first of all, who were the companions in this?
So there's Nyssa, Tegan, and Adric.
Okay, and it's Peter Davidson.
It's Peter Davidson.
This episode is probably most renowned for being the only real Doctor Who story where the companion physically dies.
I mean, we did have Sarah Kingdom and Katrina, but they're not really. We don't know. Nobody knows whether to class them as companions or not.
Yeah, in terms of an actual physical companion, someone that was travelling around with the Doctor. Okay, it sort of happened with Amy.
Yeah, but
she lived a full life, so it's just.
It almost happened with Clara, but then they ruined it.
Yeah. So it's quite a key moment, and it's quite in line with the fact that, I mean, you touched on this in the last item. We've watched relatively close together 2 episodes from the Peter Davidson era.
Yeah.
We watched Earthshock and the Dalek one.
Resurrection of the Daleks.
And I remember commenting during Earthshock earlier today when we were watching it that the death count in it is really high.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in common between the two, like you said earlier.
Yeah, and the very fact that the Doctor actually kills things.
Yeah, I mean they're enemies, but still.
But still, he generally throughout the Doctor's career, he's not
so far on the
using a gun.
So far on the randomizer, the people and things destroyed by the Doctor is 3 so far on randomizer.
Yeah. So and 2 of them are from these Pete Davidson episodes. And what happens in the next episode with the Doctor? Is there a moment where, like in Rambo 3, where Rambo takes on the whole Russian army, that Peter Davidson's Doctor goes out with like a phaser machine gun and takes out a whole load of Sontarans or something?
Is there a Rambo 4?
I think there was a Rambo 4, yeah. It's probably even more rubbish than Rambo 2. 3. Rambo 2 and 3 is rubbish. First Rambo. First Blood.
This isn't a Rambo.
First Blood is a brilliant film. Me Rambo. That's Rambo. So yeah, I can't remember where we're going on it. It's talking about the. Yeah, I know exactly where we're going on it. Oh, I need to sit down. It's very odd that the John Nathan Turner, is that his name?
John Nathan Turner.
As the showrunner, took the series more and more into this horribly family-orientated, playing spoons on your knees sort of program.
Was very terrible when he does that.
And yet, at this stage in it, it's actually quite violent, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
There's a lot of deaths in it, actually. That's all I was going for that. So we lose Adric, and that final scene, the final sort of death scene with Adric, is quite shocking for Who, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What is quite interesting is that Pete Davidson's Doctor looks absolutely devastated at the time, but he quickly gets over it, doesn't he? Suddenly, a few days later, he suddenly realises that probably, actually, whilst it was sad to have lost Adric, life in the TARDIS isn't quite as annoying anymore. What do you think is the best bits about Earthshock?
I think the Cyberman's first appearance, definitely if you didn't know. I think the Adric and death is a memorable moment. And I love the near the end of part 1 when they're attacked by the androids.
Yeah, I think that is good. Do you agree with me though that episodes 2 and 3 aren't particularly exciting.
They aren't necessarily. They've got Beryl Reading.
Oh, well, yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of Beryl.
Yeah.
Beryl. Yeah. But they're not brilliant, I don't think. And it's for that reason, when we were talking earlier about overrated episodes, that I would say this one is nearer overrated. It's certainly nearer overrated than underrated.
So let's look at where it is in the chart.
So we started placing it, haven't we?
I've got it at 21st.
This is out of the 53 for the randomizer.
And Dad has it at 27th.
So even for you, it's quite low. So
relative.
So, and where is it in Dawn? Can you remember off the top of your head? No. I bet it's quite high.
Yeah.
But it was good. I did really enjoy it, but I just think it's probably slightly.
So scores: Monsters.
Sidemen, really high, really good Sidemen as well. 9.
Okay. Character development.
We do see the Doctor gradually moving from being a sort of pacifist to Rambo 3. But there isn't really a great deal of character. It doesn't. We said on a number of occasions the classic ones don't necessarily delve into character development to the same extent. I'm going to say 6.
Excitement.
It's quite exciting.
Yeah.
8.
Okay. Pace.
This is a tough one. The first one's really, really pacey. Last one's really pacey. The other one's not. I'm going to go 7 pace.
Okay. Yeah. And overall.
Overall, still probably an 8.
Yeah. So it's 38 out of 50.
Okay.
Quite good.
That is pretty good. I definitely recommend it to people.
I would as well.
I think it's probably quite like a lot of stuff from Peter Davison's era. It's really good, but you'd probably still rather watch one of the Charlton episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit down and watch Enemy of the World than this.
Yeah, I think of all the Patrick Charlton ones I watched, just picking them as random. So I've seen Web of Fear, Enemy of the World,
Protons,
War Games, Moonbase. That might be it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
The only one I would rather watch Earthshock more than is probably the Protons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So should we go on to the randomizer?
Oh yeah, the randomizer. What do you reckon it's going to be? Is it going to be a newie or an oldie? Do you think this time?
Place your guesses, everyone.
Okay, well let's press that magic button. So, just very briefly, the randomizer, for those that don't know, or they should all know by now, is a spreadsheet with every Doctor Who episode on it. We press it, a little macro randomly picks an episode for us to watch next week, and next week we will be watching.
Okay. No.
Okay. So a couple of things came up that we couldn't watch because we don't have them.
But don't explain.
No. We don't have. Certainly the first week we got the Ark. We didn't have.
What was? Oh yeah, I know.
So,
wait, Alex.
So Lewis is now tapping this into the thing. We said it was going to be a New Who one, and it is a New Who one.
It is a New Who one, so we can release a review of the Time Monster on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's
hopefully.
True, yeah.
Or later on in the week, but film it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's Crimson Horror.
Crimson Horror.
So those people, which there are probably very few of you who watched this podcast on Audacity, were or whatever source of format it was, saw that we reviewed Crimson Horror very long ago.
It'd be interesting to hear. It'd be good to listen to the two back to back, wouldn't it? When we watch it again and watch it and review it, and then listen to what we thought about it when we did it on Audacity. So Crimson Horror, Matt Smith, yeah.
Yes.
Mark Gatiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of his best.
Yeah. So
if not best.
Yeah. And if I remember rightly, it took quite a long time for the Doctor to come into it.
It does, yeah.
So yeah, I look forward to that actually.
I will too.
Yeah, that's good. I look forward to that. So we'll be chatting about that next week. In the meantime, time's going on, isn't it? We're a little bit behind schedule probably. So let's crack on with the final part of the show, which is quiz or question. Everyone's favourite quiz show with a sung theme tune. Where we ask ourselves the questions that have come through to us, all the quizzes. Are they a quiz of a question? A quiz of a question.
A quiz.
So basically, questions have a matter of opinion. A quiz has a right or wrong answer. People have posted these to us, and we will do our best to come up with some answers. So what have we got in the quiz or question?
I'm just loading it.
Okay. So we've had so much stuff we've got to. Yeah, over the years, haven't we?
This is just last year.
This is a long-running podcast now, folks. How long is it since we started this podcast?
This is the 148th episode.
So that's quite a lot. I don't know how that is in years, but could work out. It's basically it's nearly 3 years, isn't it?
It's probably more than that actually, because we didn't do it every week.
Okay.
So we have done since it's been on YouTube.
Yeah. So it's about 3 years. Probably.
Yeah. So how many doctors have the Daleks been with? Quiz or question.
Okay, that's a quiz because there must be a right and wrong answer. Okay. Can I ask that a slightly different way round? Yeah. Are there any doctors that haven't met Daleks?
Well, this is quite an interesting one.
If you talk about television, obviously, I think if you put it into audio adventures, it's going to be slightly different.
Well, if you don't count audios...
Paul McGann?
Paul McGann.
Is that the only one?
John Hurt faced them, didn't he?
Yeah. Probably Paul McGann, isn't it? You can even throw the other movies into it, the doctors that faced you.
What do you mean?
Peter Cushing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he faced him as well. So, actually, if you class him, albeit he's not canon, is he, by any means?
No. Even less canon.
So, how many does that mean then? So how many doctors have we had? What numbers? I can't remember. What numbers Capaldi? It's 12, isn't it?
Oh, 13.
So 13th if you include John Hurt. So 12 of them, and the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, there you are, folks. That's the answer to that one.
How many stories did Peter Davidson's Doctor appear in? Quiz question.
Another quiz. So how many? I'll hand that over to you.
Okay, I believe it's 19.
19. Okay, and again, that's looking purely at the televised ones.
Yes.
A lot more if you add the Big Finish ones into it.
So, what was the funniest episode of 2015? Not Husbands of River Song. Was a question.
That's a question because it's a matter of opinion.
Question.
If you exclude Husbands of River Song, it's surely got to be the first Maisie Williams one, isn't it?
I suppose so, even though it gets dark at the end.
Yeah, but most of it is fairly light-hearted.
It is, yeah.
So I've got one that was called
Girl Who Died.
Girl Who Died, yeah. But although the title is anything but funny, I'm going to have to say that one.
Having
said that, you've got The Woman Who Lived, which has got loads of great japes in it.
I know.
But I'll go for The Girl Who Died.
After watching Earthshock, which doctor at the time meant the most? Was the question.
It's a quiz. It's a bit of right one answer. Again, we'll just purely talk televisual.
Yeah. Second.
It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 4 times.
4 times, really?
4 times.
Is it? What's the next most after that? Has anyone else met them more than once? Obviously, the first didn't, because it was the first one, wasn't it?
John Pertwee didn't meet them.
No. Tom Baker met them once.
Peter Davidson once.
Wait, no. 5 Doctors.
Most probably after that would be Matt Smith, but most of them are very small appearances.
David Tennant met them twice, didn't
he? He did.
Yeah, because he met them in Army of Ghosts.
And Rise of the Cybermen.
And Rise of the Cybermen, so he would have met them twice. And then Matt Smith, as you say, Matt Smith met them in a few little ones. Didn't he? Yeah, I guess he met them in Closing Time. He met them in the one that we don't like very much. I forgot what it's called. The one with in the theme park.
What?
Matt Smith episode.
Nightmare in Silver.
Nightmare in Silver, yeah. So that's 2 episodes with them in.
But also Time of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Pandora Opens and Good Man Goes to War. But...
So actually, strictly speaking, you met them more than.
But they're not
you can't
all.
Really count them, can you? So you can have it. There's not really a right or wrong there.
No. Who is your favourite Sontaran? Quiz a question.
That's a question because it's my opinion.
Basically, design or Sontaran name.
I'd say Keith. It's my favourite Sontaran.
I'd have to say Lynx.
Have you not met Keith? No, he comes around occasionally for cupcakes and things, and a potato salad. Okay. No, in reality, what's the one in the Two Doctors called? Him.
Starl, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be one. Yeah, him.
Something like that.
Yeah, I like it. I like the old Sontarans with the weird tongues.
Yeah, Lynx.
Yeah.
I like Lynx. Which season of Doctor Who is the most underrated?
So it follows on a little bit in terms of the discussion last week.
Quiz question.
It's a question. It's a matter of opinion. No, I think I'm probably going to say the one but last season. Season 8.
Peter Capaldi's first.
Peter Capaldi's first, yeah.
Why?
Because a lot of people seem to moan about it. And I think it's really good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I do. I was thinking of overrated.
Well, let's answer that as well. What do you think is the most overrated? The Donna season.
Donna season.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Got to be.
If you could replace an episode from Series 1 with an episode from Season 8, what would it be?
This is a New Who.
Yes.
I see we're talking here.
Episode.
So what does that mean? Are we thinking in terms of... So it would be a question, it's a matter of opinion. I was trying to understand. Does that mean that we want to see Christopher Eccleston meeting something that happened in Season 8?
Well, we want something from Christopher Eccleston's season to be replaced by something from Peter Capaldi's first to make it the perfect season.
Okay. You could take out Boomtown.
Yeah.
And replace it with... I'm trying to think of one that would actually really fit Christopher Eccleston's Doctor from the new series. I might go for Robot of Sherwood, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because... Actually, am I allowed to do that? I'm not, you want to say from Season 9, didn't you?
Season 8.
Oh, Season 8. Okay, that's fine. I might go for that one. I think it would suit Matt Smith or David Tennant better.
Yeah.
But I'd still probably go for that one because I don't want Peter to lose any of the other ones from next season.
So that's the end of the show, I believe.
Thank you, Mike. We've got big news on your webpage, haven't we, for next week? Yeah,
so next week is the new series of MMA, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming up on episode 149 next week then? Well, we've got a look. We've got a look at comparing classic Who and new Who.
Okay. We'll be giving our thoughts on the Crimson Horror, which came up in the randomizer only moments ago.
Replacing Who to Face for a week, because the week after we will have it. We've got an exclusive Q&A for MMA.
Okay, sounds exciting. Okay.
Because of it's next week.
And we'll be pressing the magic randomizer.
And we've got lots of news and views, hopefully.
Okay, so there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed listening. We certainly enjoyed talking. Yeah. We don't think anything's blown up on us yet, which is good.
Hopefully not.
So hopefully it won't blow up next week either. And we'll see you this time next week.
Yes, Saturday, next Saturday, the 5th of March at 4 p.m. Okay. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Goodbye.